You can hire the greatest trainer in the world. You can have the greatest cheerleader. I could have you run beside me and yell out inspirational sayings, but ultimately, it's on me. But I certainly don't care what you think of me for having a dream. And I think that it's one of the things that cripples women most.
Baked South, we will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
I'm getting ready for the biggest speech of my professional life, right? And professionals, people that I love are telling me no PowerPoint, PowerPoint, and it's 6'6". And I'm like, how am I gonna break this tie? And I'm like, wait, I didn't ask one person. I didn't ask myself. I did not ask myself what I would be most comfortable with to present. Why I say authenticity engages, listen to me here. You have to know yourself before you go and seek advice. That I have to listen to me first in order to really deliver a message that informs and inspires.
The little things make all the difference, and I could spend hours with you explaining the science of confidence and explaining the science of risk and explaining the science behind courage and explaining habit loops and how they get encoded in your brain. You don't need to know any of that because you're not applying for a PhD in psychology. I have done the work, and what I know is that true change comes down to 5-second windows. There's a 5-second window for all of us.
My lack of interest in complaining is so high, and when I watch what people complain about, it breaks my heart because they completely lack perspective. And I genuinely believe my happiness and optimism comes from my perspective.
Let me tell you something. Some of your fears come out of something someone said about you. Some of your best motivation came wrapped in sandpaper. Some of your best motivation didn't come wrapped in love and came with warm cookies and milk. It came wrapped in sandpaper. It came wrapped in thorns. Some of the best lessons that you need to learn came wrapped in sandpaper. Yes, yes? Yes, yes? Your job is to take the information, to take the lesson, and to take the opportunity and use it to fuel you, not make you afraid. In climbing over my fears, in climbing over my discouragement, in climbing over my issues, in that, I'm perfect for you.
So it's not selfish to put yourself first.
No, it's self-full.
It's self-full.
It's self-full to be fun. But you want to come with your cup full. You know, my cup runneth over.
Yeah.
Personal life very much, but there's been stuff in my life that's certainly been very difficult. And that doesn't mean that, I can blame that on society, nor should anybody else. I mean, bottom line is, as I say, if I had a slogan, aside from the facts don't care about your feelings, it'd be solve your own problems. Because most problems are, I can't solve your problems for you.
I show up to give, and I always remind people that the most important thing about being an effective presenter, an effective speaker, is you have to show up with a giving attitude. You have to show up to give. You know something, you've seen something, you've done something, you've tried something that someone else thinks others need to hear. That's why they invited you to speak.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive.
So you haven't sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
Ha, gotcha.
you have got me. I'm trying to work that through in my head. Yeah, it took a while.
It did, yeah.
It took a while.